What up there, guys? This is Alitte, and this is like my third take. I'm not gonna lie that I've done this video because I'm constantly finding myself rambling and going over the 15-minute mark, and of course I can't upload the video if it's over 15 minutes. But this is going to be a video about wrestling, just mixing vid, or anything in between. But right now I am sipping on a little bit of this, and I'm almost running empty. But I can show you guys what I'm mixing. What I mix. This right here is a vodka I like to buy all the time, and they have different flavors. But this is a newer flavor. It's Burnett's whipped cream vodka, and this is good. It tastes kind of like a cream soda. It has this very sweet, rich taste. It's 35% alc by volume, which is 70 proof, and I mix it with this right here, some Fanta. You can mix yours with Sunkiss. It's the same thing. It's pretty much orange pop. But let me pour just a little bit more in there before we start this video. This video is going to be talking about Raw tonight. It's going to be talking about the end of Raw from last Monday, and whether or not it should have been like that, considering the fact that it had just went off a great high as it relates to Money in the Bank. But let's just go back to Raw last Monday. And I'll say this. WWE creative team, I figured, and I guess it was kind of like, kind of edging the wrestling fan on to guess whether or not CM Punk was going to be on Raw that next night. But by him not being on Raw, it kind of helped keep this, suspense more active for the program, in my opinion. And it gave, the will, unless WWE was just putting that catch on our eyes to want us to have to watch Raw, the entire Raw, whether good or bad, just to see if CM Punk would actually show up. We did get CM Punk chants all through the entire night. Vince McMahon opened Raw and stated that his name would not be said no more, and basically declared CM Punk and started a tournament and all that. But that led to the final two people being Rey Mysterio and Alberto Del Rio. But unfortunately, that match never took place. So we have Vince McMahon being let go from the company, or this and that, kayfabe, or whatever you want to say. And Triple H is now the owner of the WWE. So now we skip on over to WWE Raw for tonight. WWE Raw kicked off with Rey Mysterio versus The Miz. And let's see. I don't know if I did a video and put some drinks over it. But anyway, Rey Mysterio versus The Miz. It was a great match. Rey Mysterio, he's a great wrestler. But this is the thing. He wins the WWE title, and many wrestling fans will be like, why give Rey Mysterio the title again? But the thing is, though, Rey Mysterio is always put on stellar matches, going back in his WCW days when him and Eddie Guerrero, Dean Malenko, Chris Jericho, all those guys tore up the Cruiserweight division. And that's a video I could do just separately from this video, which is about the Cruiserweight title. That title needs to be in the WWE now. It needs to be in the WWE now, because you have so many smaller wrestlers, or Cruiserweight style kind of wrestlers like Primo and all those wrestlers like that, who really are just loose ends in the WWE right now. They're not really doing anything with them but putting them on WWE Superstars, which doesn't even show on TV now. And it's just really stupid that the WWE is doing it like that, because they can have a voice or have at least some kind of setup on WWE programming. And if you remember, at one point, SmackDown, one of the most watched parts of the SmackDown program at the time was the Cruiserweight matches, because they were fast-paced, they were always exciting to watch. But another thing about this, before I finish this, just rambling is about WWE doing their political views on WWE programming, because tonight we constantly had Jerry King Lyle talking about the situation going on in Washington, and as it relates to affecting the entire country, about debt reform and how, this and that. WWE needs to be WWE. If I am trying to watch wrestling, then that's what I need to be watching, just wrestling and what's going on in the world of wrestling. By them talking about this, I went on and turned it on CNN, and I was just looking at what was going on. I'm not a guy that's very political or whatever, but I do vote, and I do look at some of the policies most of these politicians have. And I do watch my Anderson Cooper and my Piers Morgan and my Fox News and anything I can get my hands on as it relates to knowing what the hell is going on out there in the world, because, that's, as a person, you would want to know what the hell is going on in the world. And I don't think watching wrestling should be something that should be showing what's going on in the world. Sure, the WWE had the SmackDown Your Vote and all that, but, I mean, hey, don't be constantly trying to do that. I mean, it's kind of like the stand-up for WWE thing. That really was a stand-up for Linda McMahon, because that's at the time she was running for Senate when they was doing the whole stand-up for WWE thing, because they was criticizing her of the fact that she was in the WWE and what she was doing in there at the time she was actually with the company. But, yeah, just didn't like that part of Raw. If it's going to be wrestling, let it be wrestling, and that's it. But, yeah, I'm going diversely, but we're going to go to some matches, some more highlighting moments that happened on Raw. Like Triple H came out and he addressed the fans with the WWE address to the WWE Nation and all that stuff. Yeah. Barack Obama today, anybody? But what he was stating was about how he was I'm bringing back somebody that you haven't seen in a while. And people were thinking CM Punk, yo, good old JR. And when he said Jim Ross, I was excited. JR is back. For how long, we don't know. But JR showed up. And Michael Cole was looking like, he felt pussy licked or whatever. And Michael Cole was, voicing his opinion. Triple H said, I was thinking about firing you. But, yeah, it's kind of something like this for me. I miss him already. But, it just was surreal. He told Michael Cole he had a match. Michael Cole said, I am retired. I'm not this and that and all that. I don't have any wrestling gear. He said he got gear for him. So when wrestling, after the commercial break came back on, Michael Cole comes out with Triple H gear on, with his music playing, spits water. Anyway, he gets in a match with Zack Ryder. So I guess Zack Ryder gets some TV time. This whole Zack Ryder thing, I don't know, man. I mean, I am not going to lie or sugarcoat anything. I barely know 2 cents about Zack Ryder. I know he was in a tag team. Him and his partner were also with Edge for a minute. I don't know what the WWE is going to plan with that. I've actually seen a couple of his YouTube videos, which are pretty funny. But, I mean, many people on different sites like Lords of Pain, all these wrestling sites are constantly hyping Zack Ryder. But I don't know. Yeah, Triple H was, he did that, putting Michael Cole in a match, but he also made a statement that he's going to have another wrestler take on, the title will be defended again, as Rey Mysterio will take on John Cena. Wow, John Cena's already in a title match again? I guess for the fact that John Cena lost the title, and he has a rematch clause or whatever. But anyway, I mean, John Cena, he's the kind of guy that, I respect, because he's a cool person. It's the fact that the WWE has been using his worn down, watered gimmick for so long that it's getting ridiculous and repetitive in every single way. I don't think that it has to be that way. I mean, Vince McMahon is a really wise businessman, don't get me wrong, because if he sees something selling and seeing that that's what the niche is, what the people are looking for, then of course he's going to go for it. But, come on, man. I mean, at least change his gimmick up or something. But anyway, Rey Mysterio and John Cena wrestle. They have a really good match. Like I say, John Cena, for the past 2 matches I've seen him wrestle, CM Punk and Rey Mysterio, they've opened something in John Cena that we haven't seen in a minute, and that's him actually putting on some really good matches. But this is the thing that butts me, because your new WWE champion is John Cena. Oh, is he? Ha ha! Ha ha! CM Punk, like I say, he comes out to In Living Color's coat of personality. I said color person, but anyway, comes out and the Cult of Personality music hits, it's an old theme that he used to use back in the day, and the crowd went crazy. CM Punk is living on a high, like it was the Attitude Era all over again. The fans are truly enjoying Punk. The volume in the arena was a bunch of grown fans, grown men and women, cheering for CM Punk, drowning the hell out the little kids that were trying to boo him. And he comes in the ring. John Cena raises up his title, and it was people booing. I'm not going to say it was a pop. You know what I'm saying? I mean, hell, when John Cena gets a pop these days, it's consistently more mirrored with boos than cheers. CM Punk raises his title, which is the real WWE title. You can tell the difference between the belts because the one John Cena has is about this thin. It looks kind of like one of those replica belts. Hell, the replica belts even look realistic than the one John Cena had. And yeah, but I hated also the fact that they had to bring a new title that's still the spinner belt, which is retarded. I thought they was gonna have like some belt that was a little bit different than what it was. All in all, Raw was pretty decent. The ending was a good surprise, which really kicks off the fact that John Cena and CM Punk will be having a match at SummerSlam to crown the undisputed WWE champion. But yeah, guys, I think this video is under 15 minutes now, hopefully. But yeah, this is Jake82, signing off.